What's up, everybody? Delio coming to you with another tutorial video, and this is how I like to record vocals with Auto-tune in real time, going to Studio One or going to my MPC if I'm sampling my vocals or anything like that. This is how I do it, and it's a pretty easy thing. So I wanted to show you the screen and sort of talk you through how I do this. Now, the main thing I'm doing is that I'm using an Apollo audio interface, which is right there. That Apollo audio interface is pretty much the sauce right there, and that's how we get to this to make this work. Because the Apollo interface itself runs plugins in real time external from your computer, thus providing you with virtual latency free monitoring and processing. And that is how my microphone sounds like the way it does now. It's because I'm running plugins at the same time. And I'll just show you. So as you can see on the screen, let me make sure I don't break anything. But as you can see on the screen, I got a compressor. I got a distressor, a virtual version of the distressor. I wanted a hardware version of this for a long time. But now I have a good distressor right there. I can use the LA28. I added a little EQ right there. So we got a little EQ. This is all happening in real time. And so what I also do is I run Autotune in real time, and in the Apollo interface of plugins, you can also run Autotune. And so with these three things right here, I can record my vocals that are processed. And this isn't my vocal chain I normally use, because I normally use like a LA610 preamp going into a LA2A compressor. And then I don't really use a lot of EQ because I use a Warm Audio 800. It's pretty bright already for me, so I don't really do that. So with this setup right here, with the Apollo interface right here, I have an ability to record post or after my vocals have been processed by these tools that you see here. As you can see, my volume is coming up on this channel. This is my headset volume right here, and I got 4 devices that are racked up right there. And that's how you're hearing that. And the cool thing about this is, like, if I take that orange dot down right there, it will not let me record a tape. It may have affected the sound. I'm not monitoring what I'm doing right now, but you can actually still hear it processing in your headphones, and it's not going to tape until you click that blue dot. Once you click that blue dot, now we're printing the tape, and this reduces my record time like tremendously, because if you ever recorded vocals and sung, and everybody uses Auto-tune, right? And you're recording a vocal, you are recording the vocal to Studio One, Pro Tools, Logic, whatever you're using. And if you mess up your vocal enough, Auto-tune will trip. Auto-tune will throw the note off, or you're just singing out of key far enough to where it's not good, and then you don't know if you got that good take until you rewind the tape back after you stop recording and played it back, or you've done a bunch of takes and then you have to punch and pull from different takes like that. And the cool thing about Studio One is that you can record a bunch of tapes in a loop and then highlight and grab the perfect ones and put them up top, which I probably should still be doing. But I'm like, well, let me see if I can skip that. So what I do is, with this configuration, I sing along with Autotune. And this setup requires the singer to be able to have enough ability to sing along with Autotune. If they don't know how to sing along with it pitch corrected, it may throw their vocal control off, and they're like, I can't really mess with that, because it's making me, it's throwing me off, and I can't. So then we have to go ahead and record more traditionally, to where they hear themselves, more of a direct monitoring thing. And with that, we can't really print to tape pitch corrected vocal processed vocals. And what I like about this is that with it being processed and all of that, and it's sounding good, with these plugins and things like that, now I have less work to do on Studio One, less EQing and processing. If I'm already high passing my vocals coming in with the UA610B plugin right here, so this is my preamp that is being simulated, and it already has a low cut right there, and then there's a high pass filter right there. So now I'm already doing my high pass work coming into tape. So if I want to high pass some more, I can do that. But a lot of the junk that comes from just being in a flawed room is being removed, so that I have less work to do on the back end to process the vocals. And so with that, applying some compression, applying some EQ, with some classic, legitimate stuff like this is really cool. And then what I also like to do, and I heard somebody else call this, is a confidence reverb. So what you hear right here, or you're not hearing right now because I don't got it punched in, is I got a delay plugin, a reverb plugin right there, and then there's also a delay plugin right there that I was able to integrate both of those. And so if I want to sing along with some reverb to help me catch a vibe, or to help an artist I'm recording catch a vibe, you got those tools right there. And you also got a delay plugin right here. And if I want to sync this, now this doesn't sync with your DAW, so you have to kind of be old school. Grab your BPM from your DAW and then punch it in right there on the bottom, or you can tap it in right there. I'm sure there are some other things you can do to synchronize all that, but it's not really a pain for me because I'm having too much fun recording with perfect delays. And the cool thing is also is that you can record with your reverb and all that stuff happening in real time without it being printed to tape. So these delays right here are not being printed to tape, but they're also coming in as different inputs on your audio interface that you select. So if you want to print your reverb to tape, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. I personally don't print my confidence reverb and delays to tape. I like to let the computer do that at the same time. So that is something that I like to do. However, recording like this definitely speeds up the recording process, because once you get warmed up and you're like singing perfectly and you got Autotune just make you sound extra perfect, and now you can just kick out background vocals like it's nobody's business, and you can kick out lead vocals like it's nobody's business, and they sound great to me. And depending on what you got to use, you may have to de-ess a little bit, because like I said, once you get a good microphone that's nice and bright, like that WA8000 or something like that, that gives you that bright stuff, you got that EQ giving you that air, watch out, because you're going to be ripping your tweeters off and ripping those speakers off with that sibilant stuff. But that's what de-essers are for. They calm things down so that you can get a more smoother tone in your mixes that translate better, so you can still get that crisp air without ripping people's air off with their plosives, their S's, and their T's, like what's happening right now, because there's no de-essing going on in this microphone right there. So that is how I track Auto-tune in real time. I use this during my live streams, which is a good segue to what I got coming up. On June 29th, I'm doing a listening party where I'm listening to users' music. We're going to have a good time. All I got to do is post their links in the Discord. The show is going to be 2 hours long. We're going from 9 to 11 p.m. on the 29th of June. It's going to be a great show, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me check my calendar to make sure I'm right. Yep, 29th of June. It's going to be fun. I definitely like to see you come through. If you like this type of content, make sure you hit the comments below and hit that like button, please. Hit that like button so we can grow this channel, so we can get more people and have more continuations of conversations about this stuff. I'm your host, Delio, and you're watching the Delio T2K YouTube channel. I'm out. Peace.